Now let's see what exactly this Goldman Sachs report is saying and why there are other reports are also which are trying to prove the fact that India is set to witness this economic boom. What are the factors, data points they have considered, as well as how this wave can impact physical, real estate, or financial products or certain segments of the business too. This means India is experiencing a transition. No more it is a country with low income group where people are thinking of food, shelter, but they can afford to spend extra. They have that discretionary spending power now. When the income level or per capita income rises, consumption cycle also witnesses boom. And India is expected to become world's third largest consumer market by 2027. Hello everyone. Welcome to Keerthi's FinFo NRI community. I'm CS Keerthina and I live in Dubai. I run the consultancy, a firm which is specialized in NRI services. We help NRIs through investing and tax planning services. I've done my CS from India and CMA strategic level from UK. I'm also a SEBI registered overseas MFT. Every week I bring and explain a video on various topics related to NRI issues in this channel. If you are looking for finance, tax, FEMA, or investment related topics, then please subscribe this channel. Today I am going to discuss an important report brought by Goldman Sachs. In my social media channels, I have been telling that India is in bright economic spot and NRI's investor can make great money in coming 10 to 15 years. The report gave several evidences and revealed stunning facts about this India story. So stay tuned till the end. In this video, I am going to decode important aspects of this report titled The Rise of Affluent India. The report argues that India's wealthy segment of working population, which is now at 4%, it is set to grow exponentially. India is moving towards having huge affluent population where earning capacity will exceed $10,000, which can give huge impetus to the consumption in India. Yes, this affluent class is expected to reach 100 million just by 2027 with the CAGR of 13% growth. That means per capita income of Indians is set to rise from 2100 to 10,000 US dollars. What made Goldman Sachs to arrive at this conclusion? You might be thinking. Variety of inputs, IT return filings, purchase of jewelry, vehicles, MF investments, or demat accounts, etc. These are all indicators of some lifestyle upgradation and aspirational class in India, where people are trying to spend on luxury experiences, investment, financial products. These 100 million people with $10,000 per capita income is a huge investment opportunity too. As NRI, if you want to capture this investment opportunity, our firm The Consultancy can help you. Along with the CS and SEMA, I'm also a SEBI registered overseas MFT, and I, with my expert team, can help you to invest in equity through mutual funds in India. If you are interested to invest through us, then please book your 20 minutes free consultation using the link given in the description. Now let's see what exactly this Goldman Sachs report is saying and why there are other reports are also which are trying to prove the fact that India is set to witness this economic boom. What are the factors, data points they have considered, as well as how this wave can impact physical, real estate, or financial products or certain segments of the business too in India. Goldman Sachs had published a report predicting that 100 million Indians in India will have annual income exceeding $10,000 by 2027. Now after that, even McKinsey also reported that Indian economy, which had earlier relied on B2B manufacturing services, is set to become a consumption focused economy. This means India is experiencing a transition. No more it is a country with low income group where people are thinking of food, shelter, but they can afford to spend extra. They have that discretionary spending power now. If we think where the disposable income rises, it leads to higher spending and saving in any economy. What is the end result? consumption increases, and all the companies which are operating, they experience that top line increase or revenue increase, and this consumer spending itself translates into higher corporate earning and stock valuation. In short, India's economic boom has started. This report shows how big Indian market is going to be. 33% of India's 1.4 billion population is aged between 20 to 33. The supply of skilled young people attracts companies to set up the operations in India. And the working population in India itself is growing at 12.6%, contrast to major economies which are experiencing aging population. When the income level or per capita income rises, consumption cycle also witnesses boom. And India is expected to become world's third largest consumer market by 2027. If you're still in doubt, let me also show you this report where Morgan Stanley has announced that along with Japan, it's going to consider only India in emerging equity market because considering the nominal GDP growth, positive earnings, structural reforms, which will result in high ROE or return on equity, this itself is promising for them. This gives a clear background picture. Let's see what are the factors or the indicators that Goldman Sachs had considered in the report. As you can see in this pyramid, at present 60 million people in India are earning about $10,000. This is as on 2022. By 2027, just in 3 years, it is expected to reach minimum of 100 million. If you want to analyze and divide the impact under consumption, financial implication and physical assets, it looks like this. Under consumption, credit card spending had increased by 2.5x. Most of the people have more than one credit card. Companies which are addressing this premium segments are already recording highest growth compared to other broad-based consumptions. The lifestyle brands such as Trent or Tanishq in Tata, premium brand within the companies such as Royal Enfield within Eicher Motors, they are growing faster. With increased per capita income, already we can see 25 million people who are using Zomato or Swiggy, 10 million Nika users, 26 millions who have gone on foreign trip. We are not analyzing which company or segment in particular is going to stand as a beneficiary ultimately because it all depends on the entry barriers, moat, competitive advantage. But we are trying to gauge the bigger picture on how India's consumption theme is going to play out in the coming decade. There is a clear growth which we can see in the luxury segment, right? Now let's understand how it is impacting the physical assets as well. Look at this chart. Indian property price had appreciated by 31% against just 13% in last 3-4 years. This chart clearly shows when it comes to passenger vehicles, 20% growth in normal cars and SUV at 140%. Let's move to the financial assets. The value of equity held by individuals, it had gone up 2x from 2019. The share of equity investment in Indian households is on the rise from last 5 years. This chart is the evidence. Now another chart where you can see the number of demats accounts opened. It's currently standing at 114 millions. And as a result, Indian market cap itself stands close to 4,000 US dollars. Look at this chart. So to summarize, leisure, experience based purchases, travel, out of food, and all these top end consumptions are witnessing huge growth. This report also says that China and Brazil, with this kind of per capita growth in their economy, had experienced spending in leisure, catering, recreation, and it has gone up by 18 to 20x. And these categories or these segments are just at 2 to 3x in India. Just consider the exponential growth which can happen in this area. With all the data points, we can get a bigger picture where India is heading. It may be a huge opportunity for any serious investor. And in today's condition, it is really hard to find a market where the growth is promising and well diversified, where you find consumption, technology, healthcare, infrastructure, support, as well as huge skilled young population. It itself is a internal domestic consumption theme. If you are aiming to invest for wealth creation, it is going to offer a huge opportunity in the coming 10 to 15 years. Think about it. That's all for today. See you next week with another video.